Now there's no better combination than bacon, mushrooms and chicken. So today I thought I'd make a pie using this Bannockburn free-range chicken breast. I'm going to start by heating a large saucepan, some oil, some butter, I've got one brown onion that I've finely diced. I'm just going to cook this down gently. Pinch of salt. Now while that's gently sizzling away, I'm just going to cut some bacon. Now these onions are soft and sweet. I'm just going to remove them from the pan. And I'll add the bacon. Just make sure you break the bacon up as you put it in. Separate the pieces. And I'll cook this now until it's golden brown. Now I'll leave this to just cook away. The next thing I need to do is slice some mushrooms. Now this bacon is ready to come out, so I'll add this to my cooked onions. And now I'll start cooking my mushrooms in batches. I'll probably need to do it in about 2 batches. A bit more butter, a bit more oil. Throw those in. Don't overcrowd it. That's enough for this batch. Salt, pepper. As I'm cooking these, I'm just scraping up all the brown bits from the bottom of the pan. This is the start of our sauce for the pie meat. Okay, so I'll take this batch out, add it to the onions and bacon. A bit more oil, the last of our butter. Now while this last batch of mushrooms is cooking, I'm just going to cut up my chicken. It's very important to make sure the pieces are very small. These are tiny pies and we just want them to be bite-sized. So let's say around 1 to 1.5 centimetres. Last batch of mushrooms almost there. Now, to this last batch of mushrooms, I'm going to turn up, make sure the heat's up high, and I'm going to add about 25 grams of plain flour. Stir that around vigorously, just to get all those brown bits up and to cook the flour. Give it a good scrape. I've got some homemade chicken stock. I'm going to add just a little bit at a time and stir the whole time just to make a smooth sauce. You can see that's starting to thicken up. I need to keep stirring to avoid any lumps. That should be enough. I can add a little bit more if needed further down the track, but that was looking good. Okay, so now that's thickened, I'm going to add all of my mushrooms and bacon back. Just stir and add my chicken. Now I don't want to put too much liquid into this yet because I don't want my pies to be too runny. The sauce needs to bind all the ingredients. So season a good amount of salt and pepper. Just going to drop that temperature back to a simmer. And pop on the lid. That'll take about 2 minutes. Okay, it's looking good. Now just take it off the heat. To finish this, I'm just going to add some cream fraiche. Just a nice big dollop. Stir that around. And a generous amount of parsley. And it goes. Now I'm going to put this mix into the fridge to chill down completely before I assemble our pies. Okay, pie mix is perfectly cold now, so I just need some puff pastry. lightly flour my board. And keeping it square, I just want to roll this to around 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres. Now just make sure I've removed all the excess flour and then cut my pastry into 4 equal pieces. I've got an egg wash that I've made with just egg yolk and a splash of cream. Just going to paint the corners. Take some pie mix into the centre and then just pick up the corners and bring it up like an envelope. And just pinch the corners to make sure they seal really well. And I'll just make sure there's a tiny little hole just in the top to let the steam escape. Onto a tray with some baking paper. I'll just carefully put my pie on there. Brush it carefully with egg wash. And now that they've all been egg washed, I'll put them into the fridge for 20 minutes just to firm up before I bake them. Now it's been about 20 minutes, so I'll take my pies out of the refrigerator. And I'm just going to give them one last egg wash just to cover in any of the spots I might have missed, to give it a really nice finish. I've preheated the oven to 210 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to start them off on a high temperature for the first 10 minutes. Sprinkle some sesame seeds over the top. So I'll leave those in for 10 minutes and then I'll turn the oven down to 180 and leave them for another 15 minutes and then they'll be ready to go. And here they are, straight from the oven. So all this pie needs is just a simple salad and it's ready to go.